What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my quick review of the JJRC H21 hexacopter, and this is it right here. Now, early on, I'm just going to say that there are two major things wrong with this hexacopter. So the first major thing that's wrong with it is it has a slow yaw rate. The yaw rate on this hexacopter is too slow. It's not painfully slow, but it is too slow to do tight funnels, and it's just slower than all the other hexes that I have and that I'm used to flying. So the turns on this thing are really wide when you're flying fast. You guys know I like to fly fast. If you're flying slow, I guess it wouldn't be a problem, but it's still kind of slow. But flying fast forward, and you're turning, you're going to have to do some really wide turns with this, unless you do some braking turns or some other techniques to get this thing to fly and turn in a small space. But for the most part, most people are going to have to do wide turns with this because the yaw rate is kind of slow. And now it's almost slower than all of the other hexes that I have. It's only one other hex that I've flown that has a slower yaw rate than this, and that was the Zen Black Widow stunt, and that thing had a super slow yaw rate. It was just unbearably slow. But this one, it's not that bad, but it gets to you. It starts to bug you after a while, not being able to make tight turns and not being able to do nice funnels with it. But the pitch is very deep. It is on the WL Toys V2X2 protocol, so the pitch and roll is really nice on this. Real deep pitch and roll angles. But the yaw rate is just slow on this. Now, the second major thing that I don't like about this hex is the lack of LEDs. Now, it has two really cool LEDs in the eyes there that light up white. And, well, they look blue through this lens here that it has. And it looks really cool, but you just can't fly this thing at night because it doesn't have any other LEDs. No LEDs in the arms or in the back or anywhere. Just LEDs in the eyes. So when you fly this thing away from you, you don't see anything at all. You don't see any traces of the eyes in the front lighting up or anything, because the aircraft leans away from you and you just see the bottom of the craft and you don't see any lights at all. So this thing totally disappears at night when you're flying away from you, and when you're flying to the side, you barely see anything. You can barely make out the lights in the front because of the lens there, but no lights in the back. So this thing is a terrible night flyer, and I really wish that I had gotten the white version. I thought I did order the white version, but I ended up with this black version here. And the black version, you guys know, black bodies, no LEDs or light whatsoever shows through them. So but there aren't any other lights on this thing though. Anyway, I think maybe that's why I ended up getting the black version, because I saw that from somebody else's review that there were no LEDs other than the ones in the front. But anyhow, if I had gotten the white version, maybe I could have sent this thing through the chop shop and put some lights on it myself. But no hope for it now. It's just black. It looks more cool though, like this, the black version, but no night flying for it. So that's the only two major things that I see that's wrong with it. Other than that, this thing flies really nice. Like I said, the pitch and roll angles are really deep and nice. It flies really fast because of that. It can hold a stable hover. It has enough power to power it, to lift it up and all. The battery is rather unique. The battery is very skinny on this. It's hard to get the battery bay open though. Oops, I'm tearing the quality sticker off. Wow, it's never been that hard to open. And the battery is not in here. Let me see if I can retrieve the battery real quick. So the battery is super thin. This right here is the battery from the WL Toys Q282, and this is really thin. If you guys think this is thin, wait till you see the battery for this thing. So this is the battery to this one, and you can see this thing is super thin. check this out. Let me get another battery just for comparison. Let me just grab a random battery. This is a 500 milliamp hour battery, and check out how thin this thing is. It's like half of this, half the width of this. So really skinny battery, but it is 400 milliamp hours, and I have fit some 500 milliamp hour batteries in here, but it's a really tight fit. You can squeeze it in there, but you can get it in there. It has nice flight times with it. I've been getting about 6 minutes of flight time, so I think that's pretty good for a hex, especially with a 400 milliamp hour battery this flat. So pretty nice flight times with it. This is the transmitter. This transmitter is actually the same exact transmitter that comes with the JJRC JJ1000, or yeah, the JJ1000 or the 1000A comes with this same exact transmitter. So everything is the same on it. Same protocol and everything, even down to the props. So the good thing about it, if you have a JJ1000, you can now you have some blue props from the spares. You can use the spares to fly the JJ1000. But pretty nice hex. Just disappointed about those two things. Just the lack of LED lighting for night flying, and a faster yaw would have been really nice. It has a slow yaw. The transmitter is still, it has the automatic flipping on 100% rates. So that's not good. I hate that. You guys, many of you guys I know hate that as well. But and on top of that, the yaw rate is really slow. So on mid rates, the yaw is it's very slow. Flying it with this transmitter, so you're not going to have a good time with this yaw on this thing with this transmitter. But even with the Devo, I've flown it with the Devo, and the Devo doesn't even speed up the yaw rate much. So slow yaw rate all around. That's the sore thumb sticking out with this thing. The transmitter takes 4 AA batteries. It does have headless mode. Headless mode doesn't work too well. I've tried it a few times, and it just gets off rather fast, and the slow yaw rate doesn't make headless mode enjoyable anyhow. I think that's the only thing I like to do with headless mode, is put headless mode on, and just if it has a fast yaw rate, I'll just continuously yaw it and control it like that, and it looks really cool flying around like that. But this, with it having a slow yaw rate, headless mode is no fun. It's not really practical. It doesn't work well, so it won't save you from losing the thing or anything like that. No headless mode on these toy quads actually do that anyhow. But the slow yaw rate and lack of LEDs make me not want to recommend this thing. But that's it. My quick review of the JJRC H21 hexacopter. Thanks for watching.